food was good?
Official is involved and then only the Attorney General, unquote. The Missouri Attorney General's office plans to appeal Green's ruling. Progressive activist Sean Nicholson sued the state, arguing several provisions of the new law run afoul of the state constitution, but the judge upheld most of the other provisions as constitutional. Elisa Nelson, Missouri Desk.
You might just be getting used to it being fall. MoDOT is already thinking about winter. Transportation Director Ed Hassinger says clearing snow normally costs about $50 million a year.
Last year's winter was not a lot of events.
Sun?
Really big ones, an ice storm in South Missouri, and then a big snowstorm that came through the middle. We spent almost $70 million on snow last year, so I'm all for less snow.
Hassinger says MoDOT's biggest need right now is people. And anyone interested in plowing snow this winter should contact MoDOT. A rare two-headed snake named Tiger and the Lily will celebrate its birthday or their birthdays next week in Branson. The western rat snake, discovered in Stone County in 2017, has become a popular educational exhibit. A birthday party for Tiger and Lily is scheduled October 7th from 10 a.m. to noon at the Shepherd of the Hills Conservation Education Center located below Table Rock Dam. Visitors can enjoy kids, crafts, photo ops, and even touch a live snake. That's news. I'm Matt Pike. You can see these stories and even more by visiting our website at stjosephpost.com.
Throughout every community in Kansas, we find hardworking people who make our state better each day. They bring their absolute best to everything they do, determined to reach their full potential and make life better not only for themselves, but for every citizen in Kansas. They are the soldiers of the Kansas Army National Guard, proudly serving part-time in their home state. When storms, floods, or wildfires tear through the state, the Kansas Army National Guard is there to help Kansans stay safe and help communities recover. Their service also provides them a chance to further their education with 100% state tuition assistance, low-cost health insurance, and leadership skills that will help them succeed. All of this comes from their part-time service, leaving them plenty of time to enjoy life with their family and friends. Learn more about service with the Kansas Army National Guard at nationalguard.com/KS. Sponsored by the Kansas Army National Guard, aired by the Kansas Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Yeah, military life can have its challenges, but sometimes veteran life brings more. While serving in Iraq, an IED took both my legs, but didn't take my spirit.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
My name is Greg Getz, 26-year Army veteran.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories great and small.
DAV helps veterans like me get all the benefits they've earned, and that can be a life changer.
DAV provides a lifetime of support to veterans of every generation, helping more than 1 million veterans each year.
Today, I'm an entrepreneur, photographer, and public speaker.
But there's more to be done, and more victories to be won. With the right support, there are no limits.
My big word is just being the best that I can be.
Rick Getz, thank you. Your victory inspires many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
So Choose used to be back in there.
Good afternoons continue on 16
With that far building down there. That used to be Choose. That was another Chinese restaurant.
Multiple grain traders are
They moved over here and we're broke.
What's in the spot now? 30 cargoes of Argentinian soybeans after the country decided to scrap export taxes. That's another setback to America's farmers who are already shut out of their #1 market and hurting from low prices. Removing the tax on exports boosts the competitiveness of Argentina's soybeans, prompting traders to purchase cargoes for fourth-quarter inventories in China, a period that's usually dominated by U.S. soybean imports. However, reports say that's now clouded by Washington's trade war with Beijing. One trader said Chinese buyers booked a total of 15 cargoes, dealing a fresh blow to American farmers, missing out on billions in soybean sales to China halfway through their prime marketing season. Argentina temporarily eliminated export taxes on grains and their byproducts, as well as on beef and poultry, in a bid to spur sales abroad and bring in much-needed income. The USDA is awarding $8.3 million in funding to help 11 U.S. recipients address their trade barriers and expand international market access for U.S. specialty crops. The funding is provided through the Foreign Agricultural Service, which manages ranchers, and producers connect their safe, high-quality products with growing export markets. That comes from Trade and Foreign Agricultural Affairs Secretary Luke Lindbergh. Through TASC, the USDA partners with nonprofit U.S. Agricultural Trade Association, state agencies, and small businesses to expand market access. The USDA Market Development Programs return an estimated $24.50 for every dollar invested. Let's go look at your ag news on KFTC.
What the heck? What's the time?
When you shop local, you're investing in your community. From your favorite coffee shop to the neighborhood repair guy, local businesses keep Missouri strong. Looking for the best local spots? Check out the Show Me Business Directory on the St. Joseph Post. Your go-to guide for trusted local businesses near you. Shop smart, shop local. Support these outstanding retailers.
East Hills Cleaners, United Fiber, and Ray Sisson Realty.
Fall into savings this Friday through Sunday at the Jesse James Antique Mall and Rusty Chandelier with discounts up to 30% off and more inside both stores.
On Saturday, stop by for the annual Harvest Showdown Flea Market with a parking lot full of vintage decor, pumpkins, mums, gourds, Philly cheesesteaks, popcorn, and more.
Shop for bargains inside and out all 3 days from nearly 300 dealers. And don't miss the Fall Flea Market Fun Saturday at the Rusty Chandelier and Jesse James Antique Mall, I-29 and 71 Highway.
It's free.
You ever wonder why Verizon charges twice as much as Pure Talk for the same basic service? Think it might have something to do with the fact that Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion? That's billion with a B? Yeah. Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. That's why they can offer unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Save an additional 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say the words Mike Rowe. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe.
United States Deputy Sheriff's Association is America's largest non-governmental provider of services to law enforcement. For more information or to see how you can help, please visit usdeputy.org. AgriTalk dives into why commodity prices are doing what they're doing. AgriTalk talks to policymakers and producers from around the country. AgriTalk on KFTQ, presented by NORAG.
I'm Brett Martin with the Friday Journal. A proposal to eliminate a high school in St. Joseph and move to a two-high school model has taken on new urgency. St. Joseph School Superintendent Ashley McGinnis says the Board of Education wants her staff to evaluate either moving to Lafayette Central or Benton Central with Hyde used to give more space.
From this point, what we will do is gather quite a bit of data for our board to consider, look at the pros and cons of both of those options.
Lafayette Central had been the fallback choice.
When the bond failed in April, the plan B was to go to Central and Lafayette. We had a shift in board members, and then we had a direction to consider Benton as the second high school rather than Lafayette. And so we've looked at both of those options, and we'll present two of those. So one for Central Lafayette and one for Central Benton and Hyde. We'd have to use Hyde to be able
they're trying to they're trying to close Benton down and move it to Central to another place to put them both together.
The high school model has been confirmed of late.
A couple of reasons. One is our declining enrollment, and so I know some of that was published last night in the media. If you look at our data from last year, we ended student enrollment count of 9,969. And so for this current school year, as of September 17th, our current enrollment is 9,781. And so that is a new mark for us as a district to fall below that 10,000 students. Something we definitely have to be mindful of to be efficient as an organization. Now, the second piece of that is school finance, and we've talked a lot about that.
Falling enrollment, according to McGinnis, confirms the decision to move to two high schools.
So when I look at our enrollment data, for example, and this is posted on Assembly for our board docs, if any of the public